I'm with Chris Davies, Welsh Conservatives. What do you hope to bring to the people of Brecon and Radnorshire?
Well, Nigel, as I said before the last election, Brecon and Radnorshire has been forgotten about for a very, very long time. It's been neglected by governments of all parties, and over the last 2 years I've tried to put Brecon and Radnorshire back on the map. Only a month ago we've had a visit from the Secretary of State for Defence, the first Secretary of State for Defence of any party to visit Breconshire and to visit the Sennybridge Army training. Now you know, we all know, everybody watching knows the importance the Army plays here in this area. So this is because of a Conservative MP who talks about Brecon and Radnorshire on the floor of the House of Commons, week in, week out. We're now starting to get the turnaround in recognition that we need. Broadband, we're starting to get a great increase in broadband. Employment, we've got the highest employment rate in Wales here in Brecon and Radnorshire. We're starting to turn the corner. That's why I need another 5 years in the House of Commons supporting Theresa May to ensure that we get the right results for Brecon and Radnorshire. What I find frustrating, if I'm being totally truthful with the people of Brecon and Radnorshire, is that I can be in a debate in the House of Commons for 4 hours, for 6 hours, and then I get home and I watch the 10 o'clock news and I can see a very different view being taken by the broadcaster. And therefore, the vast majority of people in this country aren't sitting in the chamber of the House of Commons like I am, and they see a very different, sometimes biased view, which I find very frustrating.
And the newspapers?
Depends which newspaper you read. We all know there are newspapers who publicise the right, there are newspapers that publicise the left. I try nowadays and read a middle-of-the-road paper. I read the Times because I think that's the most factual paper out of them all. So, again, that's personal choice. Unlike so much the BBC, which most people and our taxpayers pay for, give a very different view to what I'd like to see. Hydro schemes I'm very, very keen on, but one thing that we have here, which is pretty unique wherever I go in the country, and whenever people come here to Brecon and Radnorshire, they say our countryside is magnificent, and that's the way it must stay. Our tourist economy is only second now to farming in this area, and we rely on it heavily. The people of Brecon and Radnorshire rely on it heavily. If we have wind turbines everywhere, a decimated tourist industry, then Brecon and Radnorshire sadly is going nowhere, and we must be sensible with our green issues, and also on the cost, don't forget. We must remember that when people are paying their energy bills with massive green energy costs on top, people are really struggling, and we know that we can't afford that to happen. People want to pay as little as possible for their energy bills. They have to be sensible, but by having massive white elephant green turbines on our hills, I'm afraid it will not help the people of Brecon and Radnorshire and will not bring the tourists to Brecon and Radnorshire.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.